bring into the pilot briefing earlier.
The report is fantastic. And again,
led through, ladies and gentlemen, Mo flying the PR11 out of Oxford.
very gentle tail chase here. And then developed into the Strike Master.
Of which the Royal New Zealand Air Force acquired 10 Strike Masters in 1972, with a further 6 arriving in 75, and they were operated by 14 Squadron out of Base Ohakea.
Prototype of their shooting star, but it had some foreign object damage, and then they took out the aircraft, the Vampire aircraft engine, sent it over to the States.
Just talking to Ando about the twin tail configuration of the de Havilland Vampire, the construction of the actual cockpit is wood.
Yes, de Havillands, as they say in America, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So de Havillands.
This manoeuvre is the fallen leaf, and it's one of the hardest manoeuvres, I'm told. He's just keeping it off the stool. Ross Brodie is showcasing the aerobatic capabilities of this 84-year-old Tiger Moth Lily. He's put his scholarship to good use flying the Harvards with TVN Aviation. And remarkably, he flew 16 aircraft on his 16th birthday.
They love a good wave, so let them know your appreciation for the display you've just seen. While Ross does his magic
the helicopter phase, folks, of Warbirds Over Wanaka, and this basically is a tribute to Sir Tim Waller 20 Airbus. Then we have Mr. Dean Spencer's Jeremy Inglis directly out in front of us, and the little Cabri. Not the venison industry because you're too young, but certainly Warbirds on parade in 1988, but you've got a great story.
Yeah, morning, Grant. It is a good story, and I think it typifies what it was like flying with Tim Wallace and HOT's 500. Gavin Johnston, myself, and Tim had to go down and look at the airshow program in Dunedin. The weather was inclement, I would say, worse than today by far. We ended up somewhere over Middlemarch, crossing over the Tyros
Rivers and creeks there, bros.
Yes, very, very nasty thing.
Cool wise, yeah. The original registration was HDJ, and the helicopter's had a very colourful history. It has been in the Wallace family all those years and has caught a ton of deer. Flown by Simon Spencer, he owns Wanaka Helicopters. He has around 25. If anyone does inadvertently walk around the back, they're not going to get a haircut. Disadvantages, they're a wee bit slushy compared to
That enclosed tail rotor as well.
Correct, that has the little fender. Years ago, these used to be called Eurocopters or Euro helicopters. Yeah, they're an amazing piece of kit down here, used for all sorts of 60 cubic inch light combing, the same as what we have in the Robinson 22. In the Wanaka helicopters, Hughes 500.
Completely different.
Here you'll notice it's got no tar. It's called a no-tar, ladies and gentlemen. This here is an MD520 no-tar operated by gun technology. Some of these, Ando, were pretty lethal. They consisted of 4
Sending it anywhere it's required, but it's been air freighted out and the aircraft will be staying in the country once it's completed its around the world obligations. So
he can come in and drop stuff into the hopper.
This is local pilot Don Hart's. He's got a fertiliser company as well. And you know what? He told me that he used to drink Roundup.
One of these things many years ago, and I'm not quite small, but they reckon I was a bit uncomfortable in there, but they reckon they get 5 people in that.
wow.
Yeah, 5 POB in one of those would be quite cramped, I would have thought. But lovely reversal turns there going up by Diamond. When they're out doing air truck from the Ag family.
Well, you guys really did pioneer ag work.
Yeah, Jeff thinks it's a Mark V.
And believe it or not, we have the chippy up here, and they did modify some of these for crop work as well, but didn't have the load carrying.
This is Australia. The legendary Stan Smith put this back together with Vaughan. This would be New Zealand.
Or they manufactured fighters and emigrated to Canada and came up with this design. Leading edge of the wings is metal, but a la tradition of de Havilland, the wings are fabric covered. Now you got one of these things.
Yep. Leading them through with the TVN Avenger, Plonky. Mike's a Civil A Cat flight instructor and Warbirds Over Wanaka scholarship recipient. So if it wasn't for
that wonderful Mark 9.
It's another way of developing thrust. Looking down at the cooler underneath the wing of the display device. Sean Perrott. He joined the Royal Air Force in 1985 and after training on the Jet Provost and Hawk.
And coming in from your left, the Spitfire.
Up for the Aston Martin. Who's gonna, yeah, this year's What about Pete Spence about 500? Hands. Down here, I think Kynan might have him. I think Pete cheated even yesterday. Kynan's had a great marker.
I think he's figured it out down there.
Aston Martin, lovely talk turn from Pete Spence about. From Highlands Motorsport Park.
And that thing's going like a cut cat. And one for civilian ops, but actually both of them had very heavy military involvement across the world.
Down towards the Southern Alps on the western end we have
Oliver Broussard, he stayed in the French Air Force and actually wrote a book about his time flying a particular Broussard. Broussard met a French requirement for liaison aircraft light transport, medical evacuation machine, and used extensively by the French in North Africa, particularly Algeria during the War of Independence there. Actually stems from a couple of other designs.
Inside the Broussard are a series of hard points as well for strapping down various cargo and pallets. The very name Broussard, Ando, means
basically, it sounds like bushman, but it refers to bush pilots. They went with
As he's going fast like that, it sounds like there's a jet engine behind your head, but I can confirm it is quite as graceful as it looks.